Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is India and today we are going to be doing our October 2019 wrap up. But before we get started, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below. Hit that bell notification button so you never miss anything. Let's get started, okay? Ugh. This might actually be an on-time reading wrap-up, and I'm kind of proud of myself. I even have my stuff written down in a notebook, like my new notebook. It's cute. I think it's cute. I'm gonna leave a link for it down below, okay? It's unlined, which I like. Like, I haven't written in a lined notebook or on lined paper in years. Not even for school. I write on printer paper for school. Not joking. But in October, I actually read some books in October. Like, damn, girl. Get your reading on. Let's see, I read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think this is my best reading month yet. Ooh, God. Ooh, that sounded real country to my ears. I'm sorry. Let me dial that back. But I think this is my best reading month yet. Sound better? Yeah. Okay, but like I said, so that's 8 books. So this is just gonna be like your typical wrap-up video, y'all. Okay, so first up, I read Halloween Boo by Sarah Spade. I did give it 3 stars. It probably could have gotten a 4-star rating, but we're gonna give it 3 stars currently. It was very cute. So Halloween Boo is a romance, and it follows a ghost and this woman who moves into an apartment, and basically her apartment's being haunted by a ghost, and she can like kind of feel his presence, and he's really trying to make his presence known. And it was just a really cute Halloween read. It was suggested as kind of like a group read, but not really a group read. After Steph and Bree's live show. So I just picked it up, and I think I read it that night, and it was so fast and just really cute. It was a cute story. It was a cute story. It just, you know, I like the twist. The twist at the end was really good. I did really like that. That was great. Next up was, ooh, I actually have this one. Whew. So yeah, I actually have this one on a physical book. It is Kingdom of Souls by Rena, Barron. I really enjoyed this book. I thought I had started tabbing in here. I'm pretty sure I had started tabbing in here. I don't care. Anyway. Kingdom of Souls by Rena Barron. I gave this book 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. I do have a review up for it that should be up before this video is out. So I do already have a full review up for it. So I'm not going to tell you much about it. You can go check that out there. It's really good. There was just a couple of things that I would have done better, but I really liked all of the culture that's brought into it, all of the descriptors that's brought into it, and all of the thought and planning that brings into all of the different types of African culture there is out there, and how not all Black people are the same and all look the same and things like that. And so I enjoyed it a lot. Very good. Really liked it. It helped kick me back a little bit more into fantasy, because if you've noticed, I have not been reading a lot of fantasy this year. So this kind of helped kick me back into more fantasy. So that's great. I have books all over this place. Next up is Stone Rules by Samantha Christie. I gave this 5 stars. It was so good. It was so good. It had the perfect just angst and build up of are they gonna get together, are they not gonna get together. Shit, I've got to start writing things down. Maybe that's what I'll do in this notebook now, cause your girl can't remember the character names. I have a terrible memory. You all who are able to just give such great reviews, either your planning or your memory is great. So it's kind of like it's not a hate to love. It's not a friends to love. I don't know. But it features Charlie. Charlie's had a very rough past and a rough background. So trigger warnings for you are going to be sexual abuse. There's going to be some drug use. No suicide. But definitely sexual abuse. But it follows Charlie, who's had a very rough past, and then Ethan, and Charlie doesn't play by any rules or anything like that. Like, she does whatever she wants currently all the time due to her hard past. While Ethan has a very set, strict amount of rules that he follows all the time, and it's also because of something that happened in his past as well. So it follows those two, Charlie, who hires Ethan to be a PI for her, and that's how they meet. And it is just a very I guess they like get together pretty quickly, but their relationship is just angsty and just like, you're like, oh my god, like truly get together. I love it. Also, what's gonna happen with this, and why is he so dark and moody, and like, ugh, I loved it. Sorry, told you guys I'm really bad at this. Next up was American Prince, which I gave 5 stars by Sierra Simone. It is the sequel to American Queen, the new Camelot series by Sierra Simone, and it is just so good. This one follows Embry's story, for the most part. It mostly follows Embry's story and how he fits in the triangle, while American Queen, followed her story. But it follows Embry's story, and it is just done so well. I love getting all parts of Embry's story and his background and where it goes, and the amount of twists and turns in these books just make it so much bigger than a romance. And it is just so good. Okay, but just for those who are romance readers, but like light romance, I can tell you the romance in this is not light. It is steamy. It's some steamy romance, but it is so good, and the ending is just phenomenal. I cannot wait to read American King, which is the last one in the new Camelot series, and I love that she did a book for each character, even though you do get all 3 perspectives in each book, but each book, the main focus is around that one character, though you do get all 3 point of views in each book, which is just phenomenal in my opinion. It's so good. So I had to continue my Sierra Simone kick, and I finally read Priest. I gave it 4 stars. I enjoyed Priest. Obviously, I gave it 4 stars. There were just something in it. I mean, I guess it's not necessarily religion that didn't sit well with me, though I'm not the most religious individual, and so that's why I could handle, the steamy altar scene, like the confessional scenes and all that kind of stuff. It was more of the relationship between the priest, Tyler, and one of his new congressional members who just moved into the small city of Poppy Danforth. And it's not their forbidden romance. Their forbidden romance is what makes the book so good. It was the way the communication was handled, I guess. For me, bad communication will knock down a star. So it was the way their communication was handled with each other during this book that kind of frustrated me the most. And I think what also gets me, this is what makes like the book like Forbidden Love, obviously, is, it's the Catholic Church, and he's a priest, so he's supposed to be celibate now for the rest of his life, but he's like 26 and he has to be celibate for the rest of his life, and that's why I don't do religion. As I'm just like, that sucks. That sucks so bad. But it's good. I enjoyed it a lot. lots of good steamy scenes, lots of good forbidden love, lots of good forbidden romance. Next up is, I think, my favorite romance book of the year, y'all. Like, truly of the year. It is Fight or Flight by Samantha Young. I think I downloaded this one on a whim. Like, truly was just like, oh, you know what? That sounds cool. That sounds fun. Like, it's hate to love. It's a hate to love romance, check. It is travel, check. It is sexy Scottish accent, check. But I loved it. And so this book follows Ava Breveport and Caleb Scott, who run into each other literally at the Phoenix airport, or Caleb really runs into Ava at the Phoenix airport when she is trying to get an upgraded seat to first class, and Caleb brushes past her and gets his own seat and upgrades his seat to first class, and that starts their hate to love. And through unfortunate circumstances, they keep running into each other over and over and over again, and it keeps not getting better. Caleb with his cocky attitude and just kind of snarky attitude as well, and Ava, who seems like she might be a princess or a prima donna because of the way she dresses and the way she looks. But of course, we all know we don't dress for others, or we don't normally dress for others, we dress for ourselves, because Ava is actually going through a lot in her life right now and has a lot of emotions going on in her head. Caleb is also the CFO of a huge tech company, and through a series of unfortunate and fortunate events, these two end up spending time together in Boston, or they run into each other again through some serendipitous matchmaking of a mutual friend. And that is when they are forced to spend time with each other, though it doesn't necessarily appeal to both at the beginning of all of this. This book was so good. I enjoyed it. It was funny. I felt like it was relatable. Even the things that they go through in their previous relationships, I felt like were relatable. I hate when people say like people's emotions are irrational, and it's like, emotions are irrational, and people have a way to feel the way they feel when things happen to them, especially when they feel like they're in love with someone and that person was their world, and then it comes crashing down. So I felt like their situations were relatable, and I do think that people handle situations in the exact same way that they did all the time. So I thought it was fantastic. And I might even do its own book review on it, just because it's probably my favorite romance of the year. I couldn't put it down once I started reading it. And of course, I started reading it on a plane just to make it so much better. But it was so good. So good. And definitely pick it up. I'll link it below. Check it out. Next up was a highly forced upon read, or told to read, requested read book, was Serpent and Dove. I will probably do its own book review for Serpent and Dove, but I gave it 4 stars. Serpent and Dove by Shelby Manhurin, and I gave it 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. It was another fantasy. I enjoyed how magic is portrayed in this book. I guess I've told you guys I'm really bad at wrap-ups. Told you guys, expect less from me. But it basically follows a witch who is a witch in hiding, so she doesn't use any of her powers, and a witch hunter, and they end up having to have a marriage of convenience. And so it's a witch marrying a witch hunter. Of course, the witch hunter does not know that she's a witch, and she is in hiding from her own mother. And through all of this, you get to see the different aspects of magic and how magic takes hold in this little country town or city. It features some French aspects, and it's good. It's good. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed how the way the price magic worked, and how magic worked a little bit differently for every single witch, and the price that it took was different for each spell. Each spell that needed to be cast. And I thought that was really cool. Versus like magic has a price, but we aren't gonna be sure of how it has a price down the road. This is like, hey, if you want to do this, then I'm taking your voice. Hey, if you want to do this, then I'm taking your eyesight, or I'm taking your memories, or I'm taking something else like that. And so I thought that was really cool. And there's 2 types of witches. You know what? All that will be in its own review. It's good. I enjoyed it. Some people found some aspects problematic. Nothing overtly stuck out in my mind. The only thing that does always just make me cringe in life and in books, no matter what, is the woman needs to be subservient to the man. That will piss me off every time. If I hear it in a wedding, I am bound to be the person who stands up and says, I object. I almost did. Fiance had to hold me back because I cannot stand that. Like, literally will not tolerate a single conversation that the woman needs to be subservient to the man. It pisses me off every time. Not gonna lie. Anyway, so Serpent and Dove, 4 stars. My final book of October was another highly requested, or it was something I requested and was told I must read, or I don't know how to describe how I got to this book, but it is The Duchesse Deal by Duchesse Deal. Y'all, as soon as I was reading it currently on Goodreads, y'all were blowing up my Twitter timeline, which was fantastic. They're all like, oh my god, I love it, it's so good. And you know, my friends who requested, like, you done with it yet? You done with it yet? Because I am ready to talk about it. And so I felt like it was really good. For literally a short synopsis, it is Beauty and the Beast meets Phantom of the Opera. Like, done. That is the book. But it's set, I don't even know what mid-century England, but calves are salacious, so that should tell you when. And there's bodice ripping and petticoats and ankles. But it was really good, and the jokes in it are really funny, and the one-liners and the quips, that's what really kept me going. It's not necessarily the sexy part or the steamy parts, because the steamy parts like weren't that steamy, and I still felt like I didn't get enough depth or description. Like, there could have been a better depth and descriptor of the male lead during sexy parts. And if you've read it, if you like the male lead's body, like his chest, his arms and stuff like that, if you've read it, you'll know what I'm saying. But I felt like there could have been just more descriptors and more love and more cherishing from our female lead for those descriptors during sexy time. Yeah, that's how I feel. Anyway, those are my 8 books. Some of those will definitely get a 2-minute book review, 2-minute-ish book review for me, so be on the lookout for those during the month of November, maybe December. But that is it for me. Have you read any of these books? All these books will be linked in the description box down below, so you can find them on Amazon, and I do have a book depository link down below as well if you shop on Book Depository. But do not forget to subscribe to this channel down below. Hit that bell notification button so you never miss anything. Follow me on all of the socials, and until next time, keep turning the pages.